and welcome to the second video in the exclusive Pool and Spa News Twitter how-to tutorial for beginners. I'm Erin Ansley, the magazine's online editor, and in just a minute I'll be walking you through the process of personalizing your Twitter profile so your page best reflects your swimming pool or spa company brand. This video tutorial accompanies part 1 of a two-part series that first published in the April 26th issue of Pool and Spa News. So if you haven't already done so, log into your Twitter account. You may be prompted to confirm your email address to access all of Twitter's features. If so, please do that now. Then you will be taken to your complete Twitter profile. First, we'll go over the anatomy of the page. Beginning with the navigation bar at the top, you have your home page, which is where you're at right now. Then at Connect, which is where you will see your interactions. Who has mentioned you, who you have mentioned, your favorited tweets, follows, and much more. On this page, you will also see mentions. Tweets that mention you or are in reply to you will appear here. Let's briefly discuss @mentions. Basically, whenever you would like to acknowledge a Twitter user in a tweet, it's called an @mention. Why would you want to do this? Well, when you mention another Twitter handle in a tweet, the account holder will be notified. For example, if you wanted to let me know you have found this tutorial useful, you could compose a tweet like so. At Erin F. Ansley, thank you for the @Pool Spa News Twitter tutorial. Very helpful. Notice I also used a hashtag for Twitter. When you send this tweet, both users will be notified that you have mentioned them. This is but one effective example of how you engage others. Next is the hashtag Discover page. This is where you will see some popular or trending topics. As you use Twitter more, this section will be tailored to your account based on the people or companies you follow, to an extent. The hashtag is an essential aspect of Twitter. These days, it's hard to avoid. The term hashtag is part of modern culture, so much so that people even use it when speaking to either make a joke or to indicate the thing they are talking about should be made into a trending hashtag. For example, if you and I were having a conversation about our industry, I might jokingly say to you, hashtag pools rule. You may see this crop up on Facebook or other social media networks, for example, and the hashtag might be so ridiculously long and detailed that it's clearly not meant to be a real searchable topic. Like as if I were to say, hashtag pools rule, especially when the summertime is here. That would never likely be a trending hashtag. More important than dropping some social networking slang into daily conversation is why and how companies are using the hashtag in tweets. Hashtags are significant because a hashtag marks a term as searchable. You can create a hashtag for your brand and even create offshoots for special events. If creating your own, it should be somewhat unique, but also not so obscure that it won't mean anything. For example, if you were to discuss this video or how-to series on Twitter, I encourage you to use hashtag #TweetPSN in your tweet. During the big industry expo last year, many attendees used hashtag Pool Spa Patio. Let's see what happens when we search for that on Twitter. As you will see, a number of tweets show up in the search results using that hashtag. In fact, the International Pool Spa Patio Expo is using the same hashtag this year, and so will others. Next is the Me section. The Me section is essentially your profile, what others will see when they access your account on Twitter. On this page, you will also find your direct message inbox, which is like an internal email box. It is very important to note here that not every app mention or direct message is authentic. Email and other social networking sites have this problem as well. They're known as spammers. So be cautious of messages that are cryptic. A popular one making its rounds these days is, "What are you doing in this picture?" Whatever you do, don't click on the link. Ignore it, delete the message, and if it's definitely from an unknown user, you can also report it. Twitter has a very user-friendly help section, which we'll get to in a moment. Next up is the search bar. Here's where you can search for a specific user or a topic. Twitter will return the most popular results that match your search term. By now, you should be familiar with this feature. Then you have the tool function. This is where you will find the help section, keyboard shortcuts, and most important, where to personalize the look of your Twitter profile. And that would be under settings. Here, you can alter several things about your profile, including your username. However, I don't recommend doing it at this stage unless you haven't sent out any tweets yet and you would like to change it slightly. If you've already started sending out tweets, you want people to know who you are and remember your original username. If you go to the left side, you can select Profile. We already see the avatar we inserted earlier, but now we can also change our header. So let's do that. Click on Change Header, find your images, and insert it. Click Apply, and you would see your header was successfully published. If you'd like, you can also enter your location, your company's web address, and make any changes to your bio. As you'll see, you can also connect to Facebook if you so choose. Next is the design. You can pick a pre-made theme for the background of your profile, or you can customize it. I recommend doing that and using a photo that represents your brand or company, or something that just has a little bit of flavor to represent your company. So choose an existing image, click Open, it's loading, but you can also choose to have it as a tile background. You can also change the colors on your profile. You'll see here that Twitter is asking you to use HTML coding. You can easily find this information online. One example is html-color-codes.info. If you open that on a browser, you will see you can either select from predetermined colors, and it will generate the code for you, which you can copy, or you can be more specific about what color you'd like to use. When you find the color you like, copy the code in the box. Go back to your Twitter account and replace the code. Be sure that you leave the hashtag in front of the code. When you're finished, click Save Changes. After you've freshened the look of your account, go back later and explore this section more. Make changes and see what your profile looks like. This concludes video 2 of the tutorial. Next time, in the third and final video, we will discuss composing and sending tweets, and soon you will be on your way to fully entering the popular Twitterverse. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.